Login boxes on the web have looked like this for a long time. Browsers have tried to help us by adding features like password autofill. However, operating systems have a much more user-friendly account chooser, whether it is Windows, Mac, Chrome OS, or others. We want to bring that account chooser experience to the web. Some websites like Quora and Hotmail, after you log in, already use this type of approach. But we want to also leverage the idea of OpenID and identity providers like Facebook, Google, Yahoo, and others that eliminate the need for creating new passwords. We're going to demo an account chooser working on 2 websites, including a version we have deployed internally at Google for evaluation. Let's say Sarah is a Yahoo Mail user, and she goes to a website she has not used before, but that website has deployed an account chooser. She'll notice the standard sign in action and click it. When she does, she has a number of choices in which she notices the Yahoo Mail button. Since she's a Yahoo user, she goes ahead and clicks that. At this point, she'll be asked by Yahoo to confirm that she wants to sign into this site and share some information with it. So, with the second click, she is then logged into that site, and that is all she has to do. Now, let's say she visits an online photo sharing web service. Again, she notices a standard sign-in action and clicks it. Again, notices the Yahoo Mail button and clicks it. Again, is asked to consent to share some information with this site and clicks agree. That is all she has to do. Interestingly though, this photo service is run by Google. Sarah actually already had a Google account that she had used for other services like YouTube, but for the last few years she had been used to log in with a password. Without even having to think about it, she just upgraded her existing account to use OpenID and will no longer need to type a password on Google. Other websites can use the same technique by deploying their own account chooser. Let's say Sarah needs to go back to the first site later. She will again click the Sign In button, but now she sees an entry for her account. She clicks it and will be automatically signed in. If she goes over to the Google Photo sharing service, she similarly sees an entry for her account. Notice this entry has her photo because Google had pulled that information from her Yahoo account. Other websites can use this same technique to make the account list more personalized. But when she's ready, she clicks it and will be automatically signed in. Now let's assume for a moment that Sarah goes to a completely different computer, and we'll show that by switching into a private browsing mode. Now, on this computer, the first thing that she will do is to check her mail account. So we'll go to mail, yahoo.com, and we will log in as her. Now let's say that Sarah wants to go back to that first website. In this case, she'll again go and find that sign-in button, click it. Now in this case, her account entry is not listed because she hasn't used this machine before, but all she has to do is click the Yahoo button and she will again be automatically signed in. Similarly, if she goes over to that Google photo sharing service, clicks the sign in button, clicks the Yahoo button, and is automatically signed in. Notice the experience is designed to be very consistent across the different websites. Website operators may want to help users recognize that their website supports this type of simple login sign-up flow. Over time, these users will come to notice this keyhole icon next to the sign-in button. That is designed as a universal indicator that can optionally be included by websites that support this type of flow. It is worth noting, though, that when a user goes to add an account, they are shown a list of identity providers, and that list can actually be controlled by the website. For example, the website might include popular social networks. In addition, websites may show a different list based on the IP geolocation of the user. For example, if the site notices a user coming from Brazil, it might include a button for the popular Orchid.com social network. If a user does not see their identity provider listed, they can simply type their email address. If that address can use an identity provider, then the user will be redirected to that identity provider. However, the user might type an email address that does not have an identity provider. For example, tom@comcast.net, who has been logging this site with the password for years. Once he types that and hits return, he's asked for his password and now is able to log in. However, the user might actually try to sign in with an email address that has never been used on this site before, such as frank@comcast.net. In this case, he will be asked for one of these traditional screens, where he has to fill out a bunch of different information. To create his account. Now, most sites would also make the user find an email verification message that probably ended up in his spam folder, but we'll skip that painful part. If Frank needed to sign in again on this machine, just like with the previous situations, he would just click his entry for his account, type his password, and he would be logged in. Note that this machine now has multiple account entries for the site. For example, maybe Frank and Sarah are married and share a machine. One of the other benefits of the account chooser is that it helps people switch between accounts. For example, if Sarah sits down at this computer, she can just click and choose switch account, choose her entry, and be automatically signed in. They could do the same thing on Google's site with the account chooser, or any other site that deploys it. If you would like to learn more about the account chooser, do a web search for the Google Identity Toolkit, and you can bring up a site that will give you more information about the account chooser, as well as information about tools that can help a website deploy it. Over the summer of 2011, we'll be working with the identity community to finalize this approach so that websites can begin to deploy it.